vigilant. Be vigilant, don't I, Holmes? Having you out constantly when we're not sleeping. Come here. Come here, Holmes. Yes, I'm eventually going to do something about these clothes. I'm only one person, as I already pointed out. I'm one person doing everything. It's a lot to do. I was actually achy Tuesday night. Okay. Or rather, so Monday night. Monday night I was achy. I cleaned all the way from 10 to after 6, 10 p.m. to 6 something, okay? And cleaning means lifting those containers and organizing them and lifting them up and getting them into the laundry room so the papers are in the front. And the whole thing is I got everything out of my mom's closet. She doesn't like stuff in there. Just like those containers in there. I needed to get the stuff I need to go through. Remember, I have to find what she and I both need to get our respectively, our license for her and ID for me. And there's things I need to find and things I need to organize, things I need to do, and I've been doing it, so, okay. So yesterday, Christmas was uneventful. But to give you an idea of what I have to go through with my mom all the time, and whether or not she does it intentionally is irrelevant, because if I was an outsider looking in, I know what I would think, okay? Her friend in the nursing home calls, and I'm listening because I'm out there, and the friend called. And I'm answering the phone, and the friend had to have said, well, what'd you get for Christmas? My mom goes, nothing. That's not true. My mom and I did not exchange gifts per se. She bought me my code, but I got the code ahead of time myself and wore it ahead of time, and she wrote me a check for that one for Macy's. It's regular $340, $135, okay? I, of course, don't have any money. I have way less money than she has. But I gave her, I never even wore those, what the fuck? Those expensive boots from that company. I can't even think of the company now. Joe got me those boots. He was insulted that I didn't care for them, but he wasn't going to return them either. Oh my, get over here now! God! Get over here! Get over here now! You need to be where I can see you. Get over here. Get over here. You had treats. He had treats. I'll get to that in a second. You know that boot company, that coat company, that famous one. Can't think of it off the top of my head. So I gave her those boots. I never wore them. I wore them once. Okay. And I also had this beautiful pair of pants that I thought that I never took the tags off. They didn't wear at all. So there, I was going to return them. I didn't pay a lot for them. And she wanted them. I was all right, you can have those for your Christmas. You can say, oh, you're not putting in much effort. I've already explained to you that I'm a broken shell of a human being now, okay? I'm getting along with my mom, but our relationship is destroyed, okay? So, by outside forces who make me want to puke every fucking day of my life, okay? Period. End of discussion. So no, we didn't have the best Christmas, but it's not true you didn't get anything, okay? I just didn't wrap it, didn't give it to you yet, and I already have my coat, and, you know, she wanted those pants. I don't know what else she wants, too. I also get her little things like a calendar and a date book, you know what I mean? But then the woman said, she must have said, did you have Christmas dinner? I was like, no, all I had was pie. Mom. And I'm there and I'm piping up because it's not true. And an outsider will be listening to that. Trust me, I know this. And thinking things that aren't true, okay? Instead of me making dinner, I'll get to that in a second. I made a delicious dinner. I lugged home heavy food yesterday, including absolutely delicious Olivia's organic, which my mom and I love, squash, okay? So late in the day, my mother and I split a whole package with a whole half of stick of butter, okay? A whole package of that organic squash with a half a stick of organic butter in it. We split it, we ate the entire thing. We had a tiny bit, that's all, okay? And we each had a nice big slice of that delicious Edie's special edition pumpkin spice cheesecake pie I brought home, okay? So we ate that and we were full. And I still made dinner, but I made it late after she wanted to watch it too. She can watch it if she wants. I didn't watch it the night before that when I got it. Judy. Renee Zellweger is amazing in it. Judy Garland, she really didn't have a chance. She dies at 47. She winds up addicted to she winds up pills and alcohol, and she dies at 47. She doesn't take care of herself health-wise, and I don't know why she died, but watching the movie, I can imagine. In the end, she could seriously just die of a broken heart because she really can't perform anymore. She's disheartened. She can't have her kids. Her ex-husband gets to keep her children. But going back to the if that's to be believed, and I have no reason not to believe it, they gave her, as a kid, drugs. They were having her popping pills to sleep, to be awake or whatever, as a child, as a kid. That's disgusting. No wonder she's an adult and needs pills to sleep or whatever. They did it to her as a kid. She didn't get to be a human being. She was a thing, that's all. She was a thing. It's horrible. Horrible, sad. She became a superstar, and the price she paid was she lost. She wasn't able to be human. She is sickening. Apparently, just like when we watched the Elton John thing, you find out he had the horrible childhood. He overcame it, though. He overcame it and wound up, overcoming his addictions. And you find out at the end of the movie, he stopped everything, and he redid it. He totally revamped his life. And, but she apparently was named Gump, something, Francine Gump or whatever, and he said that the studio guy who just wants her to be his commodity, of course, and not ever be a regular teenager at all, said to her something, your mom only cares what I think of you, and your dad's a something or other. I don't know. I guess she didn't. She did not have a good family upbringing, as did Elton John. She had this amazing voice, and that's all anyone cared about. She was a moneymaker. They were giving her pills. Again, if the movie's to be believed, and I have no reason not to believe it, because this world can be demonic, and people can be, and It's a good movie. I told you in the other video that I think I put in private. I might take off of private, or I might postpone taking off of private. I have to watch it again carefully. That's sad. I told my mom, yeah, Judy Garland self-destructed and died young, just like Marilyn, you know. So I told my mom. Like I told you guys, the night I got this movie, I just, Tuesday, came home with all that food. I'm in no mood to watch any Happy Christmas crap, okay? No mood whatsoever. No mood. I knocked it out of the park again with one of my concoctions. Remember, I'm not a cook, but I make concoctions that I find quite tasty, as does my mom, and we're the only ones that matter. I don't have to cook elaborate meals. I make concoctions. I make delicious soups, and in this instance, I was like, when I was at the store and it was going to close at 6, I'm like, okay, what can I get? What can I get that I can make on Christmas quickly? Remember, I planned on drinking Christmas Eve, but I didn't drink. I had one Fireball. And last night I had the other Fireball, some milk. I have other booze, plenty of it, I just didn't drink it. So I was at the store, I'm thinking, okay, so I got expensive hamburger, $10 a pound, grass-fed hamburger. And cooking it up, I can definitely tell the difference between cheaper hamburger and that hamburger, okay? It's just in taste too, it tastes cleaner, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I got that package of organic cauliflower and broccoli, package of organic Mexican cheese, and these potatoes. They're called Bob Evans, I think, and they were red potatoes, redless potatoes, and they come in a bag that they cook in 5 minutes. Remember, I was trying to do quick but tasty and fattening, of course. I was looking to do healthy, you know, not like, how can it be healthy? It's a package of cheese, okay? And we did sour cream on it, but the potatoes, I didn't know how they were going to come out. They were incredible. They come in this bag, you open them up, you add a tablespoon of your boiled cooking oil of your choice, put the oil back in, shake up the bag, seal it up, and it expands. Like when it said it's going to open when they're done, I thought it meant the bag was going to open. I'm like, oh, does it spill out in the microwave? No, it means it opens up, it expands open, and oh my God, they're delicious. I think they're not organic. I think they say they're natural. Natural is supposed to mean non-GMO. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Those were not, you know, organic or non-GMO. The rest of the stuff was. Actually, the hamburger was grass-fed. That wasn't organic either. But I get cheaper store-brand organic beef. I don't even know if it's grass-fed. This was really good. It's a specialty brand, which is why it's $10 for a package, $10 a pound. And it was delicious. We don't ever have potatoes, and I love potato, and it was delicious. So the package of those potatoes didn't in the microwave for 5 minutes. The vegetables took less than 10. The hamburger, fry it up, and cheese, and all together, stick sour cream and salt. And I added some extra garlic onto mine. And we get 2 meals out of it. We ate our fill tonight, but we ate afterwards. So I'm not saying my mom does this on purpose, but to an outsider, it sounds like, you know, like she's being like, whatever. Did you get anything? What'd you get for Christmas? I heard nothing. And then she must have said, did you eat Christmas dinner? No, all I had was some pie. And I'm in the background like, Mom, You didn't have pie. Instead of making dinner now, we love that squash. You love that squash. I lugged home 2 of those squash. We can have it again, and that's 2 extra pounds I had to carry and rest and cry, and you know what I mean? And say cry, but I said to you, cry. So you say that to your friend. I listened to my mom. It sounds awful. It sounds like, no, I got nothing for Christmas and all I ate nothing, only pie. Bullshit. I would have made the quick dinner if we weren't going to have the delicious squash and pie. We had delicious squash. I'm sorry, but a whole package with half a stick of butter is in a big piece of that delicious pumpkin. That's filling. So we watched the movie, and then I made dinner late, okay? But to the outsider, you're talking to your friend. I swear to God, I listen to my mom sometimes. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, Mom, that sounds horrible. You did get something for Christmas. You got those pants that have the tags on them that I didn't wear, that you wanted, okay? That I was going to return, and you said, no. I said, all right, I won't return them, and you can have them for Christmas, okay? Otherwise, I'm returning them because I'm going to run out of time to return them. I love them, but unfortunately, if I want to be blunt, I'm too fat to fit in them, so. But you get it? That's her Christmas present. My mom and I don't need to, and we don't do the whole wrapping or anything. Whenever she's got me Christmas stuff, or we don't wrap, and we could even get it ahead of time, okay? This isn't the first time I got my Christmas present from her ahead of time. I don't remember when it is, but you know what I mean? But to an outsider, if you say, what'd you get for Christmas? Nothing. Well, did you eat today? Did you have Christmas dinner? No, I just had some pie. It just sounds awful. It sounds awful. And you can say, well, what does it matter? It does. Because there are times my mom doesn't say the truth. And when people don't know the truth, it makes it out to be just awful. And she's not telling the truth, okay? The truth is, we got stuff on squash and pie, and I told her I'm the one doing all this. I lugged home a bunch of groceries that were heavy, okay? I had to rest several days. At the end, I told you I was resting because I wanted to cry in peace. And then, of course, someone saw me sitting there and apparently caught me in the moment where he knew I was upset. Stranger. But you hear what I'm saying, okay? It's not going to be some happy Christmas, right? My mom knows why. She knows why, and she doesn't care. She doesn't care enough to change anything. In my eyes, she doesn't care about me, okay? She'd vehemently deny it. But if that's how I feel, does it really matter? She could deny it till kingdom come. There's a reason people say actions speak louder than words, okay? As I told you in the other video, you guys would go out of your minds if you were in this situation. Selena told she would go out of her mind. She said she wouldn't stay here 1 second, okay? My mother will promise me up and down, left and right, that X will not happen, that she won't allow X to happen. And then she allows X to happen. And then I'm like, you promised me you wouldn't. Oh, well, what was I supposed to do? What were you supposed to do? Not let X happen like you promised me, Mom. I mean, come on. And if you want to say, oh, well, she's old and she's this and she's mentally ill, yeah. And Joe will sit there and tell you, and so will Selena. It doesn't change how it does what it's doing to me, okay? Whatever the reasons are, it doesn't change anything. You can give excuses for everything. You can say, well, she was weak and it was more important for her than to protect her daughter to have an abusive alcoholic in our lives when I was a little girl, helpless and vulnerable, and she subjected me to that and all of his scummy friends and family and everything else, okay? But also he would always say, he'd cry his eyes out or would sit us down, me and my mom, and I'm a little girl, I'm grade 9, 8, 7, whatever. It'll never happen again. I promise it will never happen again. And then it happens just a couple, 3 weeks later. You who know, and you who don't, consider yourself fortunate that you didn't have a childhood like mine and like, far too many other people, okay? But let's make it perfectly clear, and I have my cousins whose mama died of pancreatic cancer several years ago and whose dad died after that, shortly after, probably with a broken heart because he needed her to live. He depended on her for everything, and she was the love of his life that he met when she was 14 and he was 19, okay, and they married when she was 18, so, and they were together till they were in their 60s. She died at 60 something, okay. My cousins, those 3, they had a unbelievably wonderful life compared to mine, all right, and compared to a lot of people's, and compared to the hellish life my cousins out of state who I never knew, but not that, they were always the out of state cousins or whatever, but look what that one did to me, a few years ago when I was trusting her and believing in her, and she was having so much empathy, and I can't believe they were gonna, when your mom couldn't take care of you, you were gonna wind up with foster home, but they were even considering, our family was even considering sending you to us here, with the way my father is. Their father makes mine look like the choir boy, and that's saying a lot, right? But that's where the family was going to send me because they didn't want me and didn't want to keep me and didn't want me intruding on their lives. And, point I'm making is I can feel sorry for them and they can feel sorry for me. But what that one did a few years ago, she just became another betrayer, another person in my life who I foolishly trusted only to be stabbed in the back. Another person to prove to me you can't trust anybody. Unfortunately, my mom's gone. She's not there anymore. She's digging her own fucking grave, and I see it, and Selena sees it, and Joe sees it, and, I can't do it anymore. Can't do it anymore. I'm barely functioning. Barely. So what happens. Like Joe said to me several months ago, sometimes you just gotta say, fuck it, Laura. And that applies to anybody who's gonna just sit there on their high horse and accuse you of abandoning your poor elderly mentally mom, and it comes to whatever, because they are not living here and they do not know. They do not know, okay? When I'm breaking down in public, it's a wake-up call. And I'm helplessly, okay? And I'm not talking about yelling at anybody. I'm talking about just getting all upset and talking loud. I can scream at Selena or Joe over the phone, not because I'm mad at them, because I'm so frustrated and so heartbroken and so sick over this whole situation. Okay? Believe me, when I'm gone, she's probably going to be in for a wake-up call, but it'll be too late. That's my opinion. It doesn't mean it's true. Hopefully it won't be true. Hopefully everything will be fine. Okay? Do I believe everything will be fine? No. But you know what? Even her fucking doctor knows how I feel. So, just leave it at that. If I've made my feelings known and nobody gives a flying fuck, then, including her, then I don't matter. I don't really feel like she loves me, and let her, we'll see what happens. I wish her the best. She's broken my heart and betrayed my trust for the last fucking time. But that doesn't mean we're fighting. I cooked a delicious fucking dinner that was heaven. She loved it. I lugged home groceries so we could have that delicious fucking dinner. when I'm gone here, someone's got to step up to the plate now that, you know, yeah, a church woman stopped letting my mom go to the grocery store because probably a church woman wants to punish me or whatever on the pretense that she's busy or this, that, whatever. But it only happened after I, you know, decided enough was enough and put my foot down with her, stood my ground, you know, and she's used to me just backing down. But like Celine says, someone, you know, someone will make sure my mom gets groceries, okay, one way or the other. They have to. So she'll probably have even more hands in the pot once I'm gone, and that's how it's gonna be. It's her choice. She could sell this place and run far, far away with me, and she won't do it, doesn't want to do it, and I wouldn't want to force her. I have no ability to force her, but I wouldn't want to force her anyway. Okay? So, there you have it. I did not even tell Selena this, but Joe, who cannot stand pets in the house, and I said, why would you offer that? He's like, because sometimes you have to do the right thing, even if it might not be something. I would never take him up on it, but that's what kind of heart he has. He even said to save my mom, to save her from whatever, okay? From, like he said years ago, being a hamster wheel in the wheel, being a hamster on the wheel of Big Pharma, or what, you know, but she's on the hamster wheel of Big Pharma, and it was going to be like that for the rest, but whatever. He offered, he's not happy where he is, but he offered, you know, why don't you guys sell this place, I sell my house, and we go in on a big house where I'd have my separate part, separate from Omar, you know, and Joe has a car, of course, and Joe is peace and love and everything else, and that's what he wanted and I wouldn't do it, of course.